Before you begin working on web pages for your site, we've got to create a website. Basically, what I want us to do is create a folder, set up a place for all of our files to go. This is going to make uploading when your website is completed so much easier. What I'm going to do is make a folder on the desktop. We're going to build a site for a real estate agent. So on the desktop, I'm going to place a folder called Real Estate Site. Now, to keep my files even more organized, inside this Real Estate Site folder, I'm going to put in a new folder. This folder I'm going to call Images. The reason that I'm doing this is because later on I'm going to add a whole bunch of graphics to my website. I want to have them in their own folder called Images. Now that I've got that done, I want to pop back to Dreamweaver. From here, I'm going up to my site menu and I'm going to define my site. Basically what I'm going to do is just say where I want all of my files to be saved. And there's going to be a couple of other options in here when it comes to uploading. So let's go in to New Site. Alright, I'm going to give this site a name. Again, this is my real estate site. The reason we name it is because just in case you're working with multiple websites at a time, you're going to know which one each is. And you'll be able to hop back and forth from site to site whenever you have to do updates or anything like that. Now, if there is already a URL, if you have a website address, feel free to put it in the box here. If not, don't worry about it. We're just going to hit next. Here's the first question we're going to have to answer. Do we want to work with server technology? If you are using any of those forms of server technology, hit the yes button. In our case, I'm going to go with no. We're not working with any server technologies today. All right. Now, how do we want to work with our files? The recommended option you'll see right here is definitely the one that I would choose. We're going to edit the copies locally on our machine, and then we're going to upload to the server when we're ready to work with it, which is a much better option than editing directly on the server. Lastly, from here, what I have to do is choose where I want my files to be stored. And that's the folder that we already created. So what I'm going to do is hit this little folder, and this lets me choose it. Now I created my folder on the desktop, and there it is, the real estate site. I'm going to open it up and then select it. So now that's where all my files are going to live. Next button. How are we connecting to our server? Well, if you already do have a server, a host for your website, most likely you're going to upload via something called FTP. I'll get into that near the end of this course, but for now, I'm going to set this to none and hit the next button. I just have a little preview of all my different options. Absolutely, it's the real estate site. It's in the desktop in a real estate folder. We're going to set up our access later on. Done. What I want to show you now is our Files panel. Our Files panel, you could see I have my site, and inside my site, I have an Images folder. Now, anytime I make a new page and save it, it's automatically going inside that site folder. That's how we begin website design with Dreamweaver. Now that we've got a home for all of our web pages, check out some of our other videos. Let's start building a website.